When business is growing, you're adding resources bit by bit. You may hire a person or two at a time, you may take on extra office space, and all the while you're growing a steady stream of clients. Now this can happen really quickly sometimes and it can seem super hectic, but essentially you're adding pieces to an established business core. When you're scaling the business, it's a completely different ballgame. Instead of adding resources bit by bit, it's more like an explosion of exponential growth. A strong core in your business is so essential, but it's really hard to maintain that when there's so many other changes going on. Many businesses start in close physical proximity and people can work together fairly frequently. But when you start scaling your business, you're going to be hiring and onboarding new team members remotely. Now this is completely possible, but it requires that you have an adjustment in how you hire, how you onboard, and how you and your team members will work together in the future. The glue that keeps any business together is a strong sense of identity and purpose, and this is even more relevant when your business is scaling. So you'll need to have a priority focus on engagement, communication, and collaboration, all three of which are super necessary and none of them will happen by accident. No matter what business you're in, you need to shift your operations from a people-centric to a process-centric view. Now, in the early days of any business, it's quite normal that there's a small team and everybody wears many hats and does many things. So you'll hear things like, this is how John does it, or you'll hear, Susie handles all of that. And this is what needs to change. So John and Susie will still be super important going forward, but you need to have efficient, functional processes that are designed and documented for anyone to be able to follow. Because as new team members come on board, they're going to have to learn through a structured training program rather than by assimilating tribal knowledge, which is what usually happens in the early stages. And finally, I want to talk about the importance of mentoring. It's needed even more in a scaling business because there'll be no doubt that you'll be introducing a lot of digital and automation in your processes. But the rate of change is so profound that it's only the human connection that will keep people grounded and focused.